Jacinda Ardern sat down with the founding father of modern Singapore and began by asking if the increasing number of sovereign wealth funds is adding pressure on the country.
No, I don't think so. I think, you know, the market and the governments know the difference between a Chinese fund and a Russian fund and a Singapore fund or an Abu Dhabi fund. So they have got Abu Dhabi and us to discuss these matters with the U.S. Treasury and the IMF. And we have appeared before a Senate Finance Committee, Temasek, and explained how we do our investments. And the market knows this. We are not in there to go and manipulate or take charge of the economy. We are there to have a good return. And in fact, to judge how we are performing, we put some money with the other banks like Goldman Sachs or Lehman Brothers and so on, 5 billion, 10 billion, and they invested for us. And part of the deal is every transaction they put through for that capital that we've put in their charge, we follow on the computer. So we're able to see at the end of 1 year how they have performed as against how our team in Singapore, in London, in New York, in Frankfurt, in Tokyo have done.
But having said that, what do you make of calls for more transparency?
Well, there's always been this calls for transparency. We've always been careful about it. There are reasons why we do not think we should be too transparent. One, people will anticipate our moves. I mean, no company likes to have its moves anticipated. If you make your moves very clear, people can predict what you're going to do next and then forestall you or preempt you. Second, you raise expectations of your own people. And they say, like, let's spend it. We've made 8% last year. Why are we keeping 4%? Let's spend 6% and 4%, and so on. So these are populist pressures which we have to buffer by disclosing our profits and losses over a 5-year or 10-year period, not year by year.
GIC and Temasek have made substantial investments in troubled financial institutions. Given the risk of a financial meltdown, do you think they could have been more conservative? Should they have been more conservative?
Well, you know, nobody knows how it's going to turn out. Will these banks that we have invested in, with very good franchises, brand names, good managements that went astray over these subprime mortgages, will they not recover? Will the economy not recover? Will there be another Swiss bank like UBS for wealth management? I doubt it. We doubt it. That's why we have invested in it. Will it get back to its pre-crisis prices? Maybe not immediately. 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, with good management, good conditions. We will know in 5 to 10 years. And GIC are long-term investors. Similarly for Citigroup. It's got an enormous spread worldwide as a retail bank. It's gone into many kinds of other banks, other banking businesses. Will it always be down? Is the management that bad?
But Warren Buffett is also a long-time investor, or long-term investor rather, but he's choosing to buy into companies like Wrigley's instead, or banks. He's keeping away from banks.
No. He has a different view. I mean, he has to give returns to his investors year by year. We don't have to. We have to think in terms of the next 10, 20, 30 years. We are buying into something which we intend to keep for the next 2-3 decades and grow with them. When will you get this chance?
Should GIC and Temasek be looking into greater investments then into the banks right now?
If there are other banks of the quality of the two that we bought into, with the promise and the capabilities and the inherent capabilities to recover, we've got the liquidity to meet it, to make such an investment.